the weekend so far in Phuket?
Oh, it's crazy. It's one of the best and amazing Phuket trip.
Cool. And how many trades have you done in a row that made money?
Oh, gee, I already done 10 trades in a row. Already make about $500-600
$500-600
on the sniper trade.
On the sniper trade. How long does a sniper trade last?
Only 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Is it risky? Yes or no?
No risk.
So what would you tell the people who are on the fence whether or not they should come to the next live retreat? What would you say?
I would say, go for it.
Go for it.
Don't have to think.
Excellent.
Yes.
How has your trading experience been so far?
Oh, it's very good. I did a lot of trades and it's all in profit. Yeah.
All in profit. But how many trades have you done just in the last couple of days?
Maybe 10 trades.
10 trades in a row.
Yes,
wow. And how much is that monetary wise?
10% of the portfolio at least. Not a lot, maybe about 1,000 plus.
1,000 plus.
Because I put like very small position.
Very small. And what would you say to them who are on the fence whether or not they should come to the next event in Vietnam? What would you say to them?
Y'all should come and try. It's really a lot. You gain a lot of knowledge and then you learn a lot of things from the rest of the experts, rest of the team, and there's coaches around, and anything we are not sure, we can help ask them and they'll be around to guide us along the way. So it's a retreat that y'all shouldn't miss. Yeah.
What I can take from here is the focus, the mindset. The mindset to really have that focus to not focus on losing but to win. In every steps in your life, focus to win, not to lose. Don't wait. Join in. It's the best thing that can ever happen in your life. So might be the one and only chance for you. So join.
The theme of this retreat, very simply, as you all know, is halving, right? We have a very important day happening. This is a very monumental event in crypto, right? It has already led to crazy gains, and I believe that we will see much greater, much bigger astronomical rise across the board, right? So if there is a time to really seriously propel yourselves financially, it is this year. When I was figuring out myself, it was my own self. I had no mentor to teach me or whatever. But now you guys are blessed. Why? Because you all have a community, you all have people around you. You have Calvin, you have Resh, you have Louis, you have all these guys to actually teach you and guide you, right? So you all are in a much better situation. You'll be learning about the mindset of multi-millionaire traders, right? The caliber of people that are brought for this retreat. Man, you all are in for a treat. Those are the speakers, and those are the guys we're going to be learning from over the week.
I find that this event has helped me a lot in understanding bigger scales of things like in investing. Other than crypto, we also explore in many areas of investment, like even in stocks market and everything, in IG, and all these things are quite new to me, but now I get the exposure on all these things, and I love it because the energy here, everybody is like just trying to learn, and at the same time we enjoy ourselves so much because the community here are actually supporting one another, especially the coaches. For Coach Louis, he helped us so much by helping us to understand how the trade for sniper trading is being made. I had a tremendous result, especially for yesterday, because I started trading sniper just 2 weeks ago when Coach Louis gave the trade call. So I started to join him, I started to join all his Zoom and everything. And I find that his strategy is working quite well. And yesterday itself, when I entered into a trade, I actually made quite a good percentage from it. About 49% in the morning, and in the evening when I joined Coach Louis, he actually do the spa, spa sniper session with us, And at that point, we really do 3 trade, and that 3 trade actually made quite a good amount of money. They will need a good coaching, like in CRP especially, because here they really teach us a lot of things about crypto. When you go into something that is you don't really know, you will feel very fearful. But when you come to VC, this is a skill that,
It started yet? Okay, can everybody hear and see me? Actually, is there participants? I don't see the chat coming. One. Okay, hi everyone, if you can hear and see me already, can you type something in the chat box? Yeah, I understand from my last session that it's lagging a little bit, so I will just wait patiently after each sentence. Okay, I start to see people. Hi, Zach. Hi, Andros. Okay, good. All right, let's get started. All right, okay, thanks, Malini. All right, good. Okay, let's go. So today, it's an AMA session, right? So don't worry, later if you have any question, or any queries regarding trades and all, right, do just type in the chat box, then I'll go through one by one. All right, so same as if you attended my last session, if you were to ask trade ideas for any particular coin, right, please give me the token name and also the time frame you're looking at and also direction you're looking at. Okay, so while waiting for question to come in, right, let's just do a quick review of the market. I'm sharing my screen, right? So can everyone see? Yeah, okay, good. All right. So just a quick recap, right? So July market did pretty well, right? Like so far we can see in the entire year after a very quiet June, right? For July, the market actually towards the end start to pump a little bit and give us some good returns, right? But of course, as we can see, right, based on like monthly historical record, like I think Coach Bernard mentioned many times, August usually is not the best performing months, right? And in fact, we do see after first week of a continuation of the pump, this week we start to have some correction, right? And also that's very closely linked to our events also, right? Oh wow, live streaming is really laggy. Okay, all right. Yeah. So basically, like earlier this week, right, we have very good pump overnight because of a good CPI result, and because of that, many people are actually expecting a good interest rate cut. In fact, actually, this one, right, it's like a common like belief in many people already that the interest rate is gonna go down, right? In fact, if you check, I think it's like a global expectation, right? If you actually check with your bankers, right, even Singapore bankers, you can see their expectation for upcoming interest rate is gonna come down, right? So this actually correlate to many people's expectation, because we know that when interest rate goes down, right, people can easily borrow money and they tend to have extra funds to park into the higher risk assets, which is also why everybody is hyping up about crypto assets, because this is one of the higher risk asset itself. But of course, after the very, very, very exciting pump, right, we all know that when market is too bullish, there will always be a correction. So together with yesterday's not so good PPI result, right, the market actually had a very quick crash. But knowing that, this actually happens on and off during a bull trend, right? Every time it pump, and then a sharp drop. As long as you can see the resistance still holds, right? Then we can consider them as like a healthy correction, I would say, right? So if we actually look at the market itself, right? Despite the during the crash, obviously people are selling. Then when they sell, they actually manage to take some profit. That's why we can actually see in terms of the like dominance percentage, right? We can see it's actually pretty much like correlate to each other. So like Thursday, there's quite a big percentage of profit taking happening, right? And this one actually you can see correlates with the big Bitcoin and other altcoins. Oops. Yeah. Actually, this movement pretty much aligned with Bitcoin dominance. That means people actually during the crash, people did take profit from Bitcoin as well as the other altcoins, like which you can see from the total tree. Why is it not? Okay, anyway, let me just close the extra window so that it doesn't lag so badly. Right. Yeah, so actually you can see the profit taking actually basically is very, very aligned with the movement of the Bitcoin as well as the altcoin. However, if we just look at one particular token though, right, it's Ethereum, right? Ethereum, yes, it did drop a little bit during the crash, but if we look at the dominance itself, right, barely you see much action happening in Ethereum, right? So that means Ethereum holders are still holding on to their bags, right? Then waiting for the proper profit taking point they are satisfied with, right? So this is also why, like right now we are still quite, confident in Ethereum and its ecosystems token, right? You can see, right? It didn't even drop. I mean, it did dip together with every other tokens as well, but it quickly recovered. And now it's still in the ranging scenario. So then will it continue to, go up a bit more before it come for correction, right? Or it's gonna, is it gonna, lose its hold and then go down a little bit further? We don't know yet, but at least for now, it seems like it's holding strong among the rest. Okay, yeah, so pretty much this is a market we are looking at. Okay, so any question? And also one thing I find interesting, right? If you look at CoinGlass, right, you can see actually it gives you a very good idea on right now what are the hot like tokens people are actually trading on, right? So if you see the interest page, you can see these few tokens like Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Doge, Hype, Sui, ADA, INA, right? Those have the higher open interest. That means people are actually actively trading, and this is obviously where the funds is going, right? So if you're looking for a bigger price movement, right, this one gives the idea, right, what token to look at early in the morning, first thing. Okay, all right, that's all from me. Right, then now let's open up for questions. All right, please, basically just type anything in the chat box if you have any question regarding trading, or we want to analyze any tokens, or if let's say you have past trade you want to go through with us, also just share here. Now tonight is very quiet compared to last week, last round. Okay. Oops, sorry. Close my alert. Oh, tonight's chat is very quiet. Really, no questions? Should we call it a night? Okay, I see first question is Cotty. Yeah. Okay, I got mentioned, right? Please let me know what time frame you are looking at and also what direction you are looking to trade for. Cotty. Oh, Cotty. Let me see. Okay, Cotty previously pumped really quite a lot, and 4 hours uptrend. So you're looking for a long opportunity. Uptrend. Okay, 4 hours wise, is it still holding the uptrend? 4 hours, obviously, it has also it has been trading. If you're looking for price movement, is it, the lows are not getting lower? Yes, but it actually have entered a downtrend for quite a while already, right? Actually, this whole time, it was not on an uptrend, right? It just said, okay, this whole time, right? But of course, on basically beginning of this week, the good news, it pumped through the 200 MA, right? But you can see the EMAs actually failed to hold above 200 MA. So it's actually returning to a downtrend at the moment. So if you are saying like uptrend, as in you are looking for like a bullish setup, that means long, unless it go back up again, right, go above around this resistance, by then the EMAs will probably be crossing up and go form a proper uptrend. But until then, right now, if you this obviously not an uptrend. So if you're longing, you are basically longing against a trend, trying to capture each rebounds, which will tend to be a little bit risky. Oops, sorry. Right. Next question. Can I teach how to use CoinGlass? Okay, CoinGlass is basically a website with a lot of data and a lot of result of analysis. So if let's say you are looking for its data, it tells you, what is like Bitcoin returns, right? When you look at like a general historical performance, right? Then if you're looking for, let's say, what are the open interests, that means which are the tokens that people are trading at. And then if you want to see where the liquidity or where for example, there's also one thing I usually look at is what is it? There are many data here, right? If let's say you look at here, liquidation, right? So like when the liquidation happen, that is considered a significant crash. You can see the liquidation map here, right? So you can see, so you can see during the bull market, basically on average, right? Every month, actually, there will be more or less bigger crash happen, right? But in fact, if you look at the yesterday, the one, right, it's not even considered that means you see, they actually give you an idea, right, when the so-called the market correction happens, right? What kind of call, like what kind of trade people are generally in, and who suffered the most, right? So it gives you an idea. If you look here, right, yesterday that one, obviously it killed a lot of long orders, Right? Then there are days when people are very bearish on the market sentiment, and then suddenly there's a pump. That's why people actually lose money with the short position, right? So this one gives you an idea that after a pump, if people get liquidated, right, then you combine with open interest. That after the pump, right, do people still open long orders? Then that means they are still very, very bullish, right, with the market. If let's say after the long order got all the long order got wiped out, then you look at the open interest, they tend to start to open short. Then that means people actually turn their mindset about market sentiment actually turn bearish, right? Not 100% accurate, but it gives you more ideas on how to look at the market in general. How do I use open interest to help in our trading? It's not really help in your trading. It's just that sometimes, right, you don't know, when you look at a list of token, right, there's like sometimes, especially if you see like a similar setups across all tokens, right, then you don't know which are the tokens more people are trading. You look at volume, like you don't have, or you don't know how to check volume and all, right? Then you simply can follow what are the tokens with higher open interest. That means people are trading, right? To put it very simply, if you look at, I don't analyze, I also don't specifically go analyze like 1 hour, 2 hour to see what are the changes or so. It's just that, for example, if I have, let's say when I filter my token, I see ENA, and I see Link, and then I see another token, let's see Virtual, right? All three tokens have a similar setup, but I only want to open one position, then probably I will open the one with the highest open interest because I know there's more people trading it. Does that make sense? Ash, should we look for coins to long or short now? Okay, very simple. As I said yesterday, there was a correction, right? So after the correction, we basically first we want to see how the market gonna recover, right? So for like any token, if let's see, like actually it gives you the idea, right? Previously with the crash, actually it shows on each token what is the current strong support level, because it crashed until this level and then stopped, and then they bounce from here. So subsequently for today, if you ask me whether long to short, I will say wait for market to settle first, right? But in the next few hours or next few days, I mean today is already Friday, right? So weekend, normally we avoid trading on weekend because it's not as the market is not as regulated as like Monday to Friday, where all the institution and big like wheels are trading, right? So if let's say we look at Monday, right, when the price start to react to the support resistance, support line, right, if it simply doesn't break down with any rebounds, then you have a better confidence, have higher confidence to continue longing, right? But if let's say Monday you open your chart and you realize actually it slipped below the support line, then you have an idea that, okay, that means the correction actually wasn't supported. Then maybe I should look at, by then we don't talk about Ethereum, but let's say for example you look at other tokens. If let's see right now the EMAs are like most of the EMAs are like touching or crossing with the 200 MA, right? So by the time if you see it actually managed to go down, right, then you give you idea that, okay, with the price continue to go down, that means EMA is gonna be brought down as well. Then eventually we'll see a downtrend forming, right? So that's the time when you look for shorting. But if let's say later in the next few candles, it actually bounce up, then naturally it will bring the EMAs back up again. Then we are back to an uptrend. Then that's where you look for longing, right? Usually after the crash, right, unless those are the tokens that you are super bullish on. Otherwise, we always wait for the dust to settle first, right? Because even if people, if you see people are buying the strong tokens, but if you're not trading the strong tokens, then obviously that the chance of this token going up, right? If you yourself have no conviction in this token itself, right, then maybe probably other investors also don't have, then chances of it to go up or bounce up strongly usually is not so high, right? So we always wanted to wait for the confirmation. So personally, I would suggest for this weekend, just avoid trading. Today is already, it's already Friday 9 p.m. Just wait for Monday. Choppy. Any potential token that we can spot or even buy the dip? It depends on what are the narratives they are looking at, right? So I think if you're looking for still the slightly bigger market cap one, which like, for example, Ethereum, BNB and Solana, all those, right? Then basically, for example, if you're looking for bigger cap one, then you simply, if you think that August is a chance for you to buy back or start to accumulate the tokens, then you can start to draw out your resistance lines and start to buy trenches already, because you don't know how long. If you believe this is just a correction phase, then you don't know when exactly, which day the correction is going to stop and it will bounce back up, right? So you can start buying with every support line you find is possible, and if they recover from there, it's going to be bring you profits, right? But if let's say you feel that, okay, maybe August, right? If everybody say August is going to go down, I don't want to buy anything too high, then simply wait for another few days or week to like towards the later part of August, and then you start to draw again. Do we need to respect all 3 EMAs as support resistance besides the support resistance that's spotted by your own? For EMAs, the strongest we care the most is 200 MA. Right. Apart from that, I would say as strong as to be a support resistant, I would say 50 EMA matters a lot, matters also. Right. Then 10 and 21, are they support resistance? Yes, but often because they change rather rapidly with the price movement, right? Usually they serve like early signs of changing of the trend rather than like of course, if they get broken, then obviously they're gonna move as well, right? But if you talk about in terms of how I will regard EMAs as support resistant, I will focus more on 50 EMA and 200 MA. Jessie, do I think AVA is alright to go long now? AVA, AVA. What coin is this? Same thing. Obviously, this is actually not really, Jessie, really. This looks uglier than just now the Corti, right? Trend line broken, and then downtrend almost confirmed, right? All 3 EMAs has went down, and then actually it just retested the trend line, right, and failed to go across. You want to long this purely because it rebounded from this line. I wouldn't. I don't think that's okay. Personally, I don't think that's a good idea. It doesn't look like a bullish setup to me at all. In fact, this simply is a breakdown from a double top. You see that? Nah, I won't long unless it broke this, unless it go above this area. I won't long. Right, this area to me is just a retesting area. My view on AVA is either like this or like this. Oops. Unless it goes, right now there's a net line, so unless by any chance it actually go up higher, retest, and start to go up from here. But either way, unless it broke above the 0.597 range, I wouldn't consider long in this. Oops, why is up? Okay. Oh, AVEX, yeah, okay. AVEX, okay, looks a little better, right? It's still holding the uptrend, right? And haven't finished, but now it's not really a, I mean, right now, if you ask whether it's ready to long now, I wouldn't say so, because obviously there's still room for it to go down further for a full retest, right? You see that? And also we actually see a little bit of a lower low, a lower high. So now is, I mean, yes, even if this green candle close green, it doesn't mean it will continue to go up from there, right? So why take the risk? Let it retest, and then you decide. If it doesn't break down below, it doesn't go down further, right? And it actually bounce up, then I will see this area will be a better area to. By the way, the reason I draw boxes is because, you know, all the price around, like I'm referring to a range. I don't really know exactly at which point it will bounce. Just give you a general idea, because when the price coming down, right, like then your trend line, then your 200 MA and all will change a little bit. So it's just a general direction, like how I view the chart and how I plan, how would I plan a trade based on what I see here, right? So if for me, if I were to long, I'd rather see a more solid retest. This one is like halfway here, halfway there, right? I mean, of course, we do see a support line here, right? If you are hoping for this particular support line to be strong enough for it to rebound, maybe. But if it rebounds from here, right, partly it shows that this correction is not really, the pullback is not deep enough. Then unless there's some bullish news happening on this token, otherwise I don't see much energy for it to pump through the resistance. However, if you pull back deeper and then, you know, towards that, you know, like maybe at the beginning of next week, then I will have more confidence in it. Okay. Jia, are those platform exchange coins safe to keep in mid-long term, such as TRX, BNB, Mentor? Okay, depends on how much conviction you have in the exchange. Like Binance being one of the biggest, in fact the top 2 exchange, right? Chances of it, I would say, falling is low, right? But then TRX or Mentor, like those are the tokens, like, I mean, are they involved with the exchange? Yes, but then they are like, some are used for utility, some are used for airdrops, right? So the relation is not as strong as the exchange itself. So I would suggest you not to look at them all together. It's just like when you look at, let's say, Ethereum, right? There's also like ecosystem around Ethereum. Some of them are DEXs, decentralized exchange. Some are utility, some are layer 2s, right? So they might, I mean, if the main network goes up, right, then all the altcoins built around it might benefit, but they might benefit at different level, right? So for example, on Ethereum, there's like 500 DEXs being built on it, right? We only focus, or we sort of like have more confidence in those the big ones, the one that have the highest user, you know, more volume, rather than those newly built small exchanges, right? So exchange token, I would say you still regard them individually as their performance before you gauge like whether are they bad, like, because if you're talking about like an investment point of view, because you're holding it for mid or long term, So you're more or less like consider yourself a position trader or a like short-term investor, right? Then you need to really consider whether this token itself or this project itself has enough bullish factor or not. If not, the network, or let's say the narrative itself, right? If all DEXs, every token, like the entire DEX narrative go up, this particular token, because they are not performing, they might not go up as much. Hi coaches, help us to understand better how I think by running through a most recent trade with us step by step. Our most recent trade. Okay. Okay, right now I'm in one trade like since morning, right? This one is not like I said, right? Just now, as I show on AVAX and Cordy, my point of view is if let's say we're expecting, like obviously when we trade, if let's say I mean just to share, I did enter a long trade on this Tau this morning, right? And obviously I did long, what I did is a long against the trend because when I enter, obviously it's in a downtrend, right? Not 100% downtrend, but EMAs already crossed that. But why I enter is because first of all, I'm familiar with Tau, knowing that it's one of the stronger performing coins and based within its sector itself. And secondly, it's because I've traded a few times and knowing that its support line is pretty strong. So you can see I actually have a support resistance zone like range I drew previously from last time, ever since it broke out from the double bottom, right? So when it comes down during the correction, right, to me is I have two ways of viewing Tau, right? So basically, if okay, just for easier, right? So basically, I was looking at Nickel chart. I was telling myself, right? So basically, this is my support slash resistance zone, right? If it break down, so after the crash, it was recovering. So this is how when I plan the trade. I was telling myself if next candle it actually closed below the trend line, which is also below the resistance, then that means this double top actually become valid and then I will short. Right? But it didn't. And then I actually went to sleep because it's already quite late. The next morning when I wake up, I realized not only it didn't break down, it actually managed to bounce back with a hammer. So this is when I decide, okay, since the Tau, the support held well, and also it didn't validate the double top. So that's why I decided to enter the long. Okay, so for me, as I mentioned many times, when it comes to trading, right, I'm very, very simple. Most of the time, I don't even look at, indicators like MACD and RSI. I really heavily relying on my support resistance, which drawn by myself. So for me, if my support and resistance was being tested and it gives me a feedback or reaction that I'm looking for, I will go into the trade. Okay, like you can see, I don't even like I can even turn off my EMAs and purely rely on my own drawing. But of course, that being said, it's partly because I'm more familiar with Tau and been trading it for a while. So I know when it doesn't break down, it will hold. I hope that makes sense. But if let's say it's a token that I never traded before, if I see a potential forming of double top, then I will not long. At any point in time, even if it rebounds here, it give me a bullish engulfing candlestick, I also won't long. Because simply I have no confidence and conviction in this particular token. What do I do? How I find crypto trade? What you did in 3 exit point, candle by candle, why you put those level, etc. Skylar, are you one of our CRP students? Like have you joined our bootcamp or learn our technical analysis lesson? Besides trading an R and S line, do I suggest trading in between these two lines too? Which two lines are referring to? Which column or coin glass open interest? No column is here. You see? Like before, you don't even look down, it's here. Yeah. Okay. You see? Basically, these tokens are there because they have like the higher activities. See? This line? I think I don't look at any column, I don't look at the number or percentage. I simply see what are the more active tokens, right? It's just like how you look at CoinMarketCap, you see which narrative is the hottest today, right? You don't need to click, it just like, okay, CoinMarketCap even nicer, they put a fire emoji there for you to see. Van dropped kind of off the trading for a few weeks now, so missing some good opportunities out there. Oh yeah, July and first week of August are really good times. But don't worry, right? There's always opportunities every day, everywhere, right? As long as you join back, like join the party, right? There's opportunities for you for sure. Do I buy TRX spot? What's TRX? Sounds very familiar. What's TRX? Tron. Oh yeah. Oh, Tron. Tron actually, yeah, let me see. No, this round I didn't buy Tron. No, not yet. With interest rate cut expected in September, should we continue to hold ADA, DOT, and GOP? This trade are in two different narratives. So as I said, right, for individual token, you really need to do your research and decide whether how much conviction you have in it. As I said, right, interest rate cut, people got money, you can pump into crypto, but will this particular three tokens perform? You need to do your research on. GUP wise, being a Texas, I think Bernard was quite bullish on it, right? Personally, I trade GUP. ADA and personally, I don't touch a lot with the slightly older tokens, right? So, like, do you see exponential gain in these two tokens, right? Do you see, that the upside being more than the downside, right? Those are the factors you need to decide on whether you want to hold or not. Do I trade in between support and resistance lines? Yeah, of course, we buy a support, sell a resistance, right? That's like the rule number one of trading. What will be the top three tokens that I feel are able to perform well towards the end of 2025? Wow, there's a lot, man. Just that, depends. Like, for example, for me personally, I focus on new layer ones that performing well and DEXs and also AI, right? You can see my spot portfolio. I said told many students, right? For this year, actually, I have simplified my spot trading or plan a lot, right? I won't call myself a back holder or investor. I'm basically a position trader of even my spot. So basically, I just see what are the tokens I feel that they have like high opportunities to yield me some, sizable gains over a not so long period of time. Whether towards the end of the year, any of these tokens still gonna be in my spot position, I don't think. I wouldn't say 100% for sure, right? For me, I'm pretty much a trader. All I do is I find the resistance, I find the support to buy and sell resistance, and that's it, right? So you can see for Sui, right, my trading plan is very simple. I just buy back at the support and then set my TP price somewhere. This is my new TP price for next round, right? So yeah, Very simple. And usually it won't take me very long. Usually like I'm not looking for like 1000% gain. For me, 10% gain, good enough. Do I trade when the token reach their all-time high? Do I trade? I mean, if I'm good, if I see a chance of breakout trades, then why not? So it depends on what kind of trade setup I see in the token. Doesn't matter what price point they are at. Highs can go higher, right? Pump can pump further. Okay. All right. Okay. Since that's all the questions being asked, right? Did I miss anything? Oh wait. One. What is a double top? Are you our CRP student? Like okay, those terms I mentioned, if you're not so sure what I'm talking about, then I'm not sure. Do we explain those? Because those are actually very like basic technical like terms or indicators we use. All right, so if you're not sure, maybe we can check with double top. Basically it's like a chart pattern, right? Like there's many chart patterns that potentially give us an idea of potential price movement. For example, double top is when the price form, what was that, tau, right? Yeah. So basically we'll see the chart price movement shows like something like a letter M, right? We call it a double top. That means basically there's a resistance, and then it reached this point, get rejected, reach this point, get rejected. And subsequently, if the price go lower, right, that means it has broken out from this pattern, then usually it indicates a possibility of price dropping even further down. Okay. Andros, you experience something like my tau trade. The problem if your trade at the time is that the 3 EMA are too close to my entry point. So I don't dare to trade because the 3 EMAs might be blocking. Good point, right? So that's why you see when I decide to trade, right? Actually, both like first of all, my resistance is here, right? Then secondly, right, I saw this trade on 4-hour time frame. So to me, the entry point to the resistance is fine enough, right? Even if I don't take the highest resistance as my final TP, if let's say if I decide to take profit below before it reaches 200 MA, right, there's still sizable profit range for me. That's about 7%, 6.95, right? And even if I flip to a smaller time frame, right, you can see from my entry to my first take profit before it reaches 200 MA, this also almost like there's like a sizable profit for me. It's about 2%. So to me, this is the kind of risk or the risk to reward ratio that I'm okay with. That's why I go ahead. Like if happens to like what you said, that kind of scenario where even though you see a rebound, but immediately next to it is gonna be a strong resistance, then I will not take the trade also. Right, so you can see this distance is something I really like. Like there's the range is wide enough. In like if I use Bernard's word to say, it's like there's enough meat. So I took it. For spot trading, do I sell all? Yeah, I sell all. I don't keep a certain percentage to mess up my spot portfolio. Right? I keep my spot portfolio very simple, just 5 to 6 tokens at a time, all in or out. Okay, then if you're a CRP student, Aishwan, how do I pronounce your name? Basically, yeah, please watch the advanced T video. If not, then you can also quickly go and we have this PDF in the Discord channel called the chart patterns and the candlestick patterns. Okay, you can refer to that. Okay, print it out and keep it handy then for easier reference. Yeah, I also just yeah. So let's say okay, so just to share some trade idea. Actually, I was looking at this token earlier, but like the live session is starting, so I didn't want to. But just to share the idea, so basically, how do I use, apart from my support resistance, I also use EMAs. Is for example, this particular trade Ondo here, right? So first of all, if I draw a like trend line itself, it will be quite messy because previously during the crash, right, there's a lot of wicks. So if I were to draw a trend line, it will be quite inaccurate as there's so many disturbance, right? But if I combine it with the 200 MA, then it works because even if I don't, 100% comfortable with this trend line, I can use 200 MA as a reference. So you can see previously, when we retest 200 EMA, it recovered. But this time around, after it broke down, retest actually failed. So to me, actually, after this point, I'm actually looking for short opportunities, right? And I was, just now you saw my alert, right? Actually, I set my alert at the lower point of this token, this candle, which is a 1.0072. So I set my alert at 1.007, right? So I wanted to short if it goes below this point. But just now it ran during the live session, so I didn't bother, right? And you can see as it got rejected and actually price go down further, right? The EMA start to come down also. Right, so don't worry, I missed this trade, but if later on it continue to come down at one point, let's say touch this this support line and retest, then by then the EMAs will be definitely aligned to form a proper downtrend. Then I can short another run for a proper short with the trend. Right, so I'm like that. Okay, so that's how I plan my trade. Yeah, it doesn't have to happen like immediately, but if I see something I feel comfortable and don't mind waiting for, I simply just put alert. Okay. So the alert was, it's gone, but yeah, I deleted it, but you get the idea. Okay. Okay, so if you encounter the problem at 1 hour, then I cross-check at 4 hours whether still got space. No, if you see the problem at 1 hour, you stop at 1 hour, right? If you don't see problem at 1 hour or 4 hours, then you cross-check just to make sure you set as many potential take profit point as possible, not the other way around. Oh, I see if 1 hour cannot enter, then based on 4 hours I can enter. It doesn't work that way. Okay, we reduce the risk, we don't add the risk. Do you not post all my trade on the BeFunded Telegram chat? Okay, BeFunded people, please reframe yourself. Okay, EMA, this one is to everybody. All right, so if got BeFunded related questions, please first of all ask in the Telegram chat, because last round I answered way too many BeFunded questions. All right. But I mentioned this many times, right? Not all my trades goes to BeFunded because I need to make sure the BeFunded trades are aligned with what you all learned and what you all understand with our curriculum, right? There are ways I trade differently, but I wouldn't post them because it just simply doesn't align. And also, it's never, there's no, hard rules that we have to post every trade. All right, some trades I feel that I prefer to post those more confirmed trades that give you all like make you all feel comfortable trade taking, and also you all need to understand the theory behind the trade. Otherwise, no point. All right, and also trade costs. I would say at the beginning when the group is formed, we kind of got too excited and post way too many, right? Like having 30, 40 trade costs a month is like way too much. Now that we calm down and think about it, right? But of course, as long as we have good trades, we always want to share. But these few days, Monday, Tuesday after the pump, when it crash, which are the days you think we can spot a very safe and comfortable trade for you, right? So we simply don't post when there's no trades. Simple as that. Okay. Ethereum now. Ethereum just had it just broke down from this mini support line. Good. All right. Yeah, so as I said, that's why you don't want to enter a long tonight, right? You want to see if later, like every other coin, when it tests a support line, can it hold or not? Right? If next week, if Monday you wake up, it go up from here, anywhere from here on, then you can long, you can look for long, right? But if it broke down from here, then I think you don't see much token still hold a uptrend already. Then that's when you look for short. Okay. All right. Any more questions coming? Tau 1 hour. Huh? Tau 1 hour short. Yeah, let me see. Okay. I mean, if it close green, sorry, if it close red, then technically there actually you see a mini like a head and shoulder here, right? If it break the, I'll say slightly lower lah, break below the neckline, then yeah. But if let's say it goes down too much, like cause not right now, like most of the token are dropping. So if it drop too much, okay, if let's say you take at the resistance here, do we have, okay lah, still got 1 to 1. Okay, can. But you need to wait for this candle close. Wait for 5 more minutes. Okay. For the 30 to 40 trade is, you wouldn't agree that 30 to 40 trade is too many. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. All right, good to know. Noted. Okay, Narura, you may need to watch the training again to keep your mind sharp. Yes, please. And also do get the materials ready whenever you need to revise. Okay. For short, do you look for RSI and MACD? For any trade, it's always good to have as many indicators to confirm your trade as possible, right? So for example, if let's say this one literally break down the neckline, which is also a sign of getting rejected from the 200 MA, right? Then when the price close lower, but definitely the RSI and the MACD will all point down. But of course, it will be good if you see a bearish crossover too. Right, so right now you see if the red candle later doesn't close long enough, that means it's not a bearish engulfing candle, then the MACD might stay above 0 and not even cross down. Then if that's the case, you might not, you might not be as confident in entering the trade as if it actually crossed up. Actually, one of the new students, right? So, like, since you mentioned Isaiah and MACDs, I assume you finished the video already. Okay, I think you're okay with the technical. Okay, good job. Finish. Okay, very good. Yeah, because when you need you feel like you need more confirmation, right? It's always good to look at more indicators just to add into the assurance. Okay. 加油. Bernard taught us break up, but if price drop to support line and hold the reverse up, can we long and support? As I said, depends on how comfortable and how confident and how familiar you are with the token, right? So like I went through the how I long and support because I feel comfortable. But if, as I said, if it's a token that I'm not familiar with, then I might not be comfortable, right? And also because from my entry to the resistance, I see a sizable profit. Because if let's say the token, right, yes, it didn't break this time, but it go up a little bit, get rejected by another resistance and come down, then how? Then your long will eventually, unless you move your stop loss far early enough, otherwise you actually will result in a loss trade, isn't it? Nara, this is not related to trade. Just would like to know how I got started trading. What did I do? Okay, I basically joined this program, right, the CRP program as a student, like in late 2023, about a year and a half, 1 year, 10 months ago, right? So I started off as every student, like we learn the techniques through the video, we attend classes, and then we practice our trade. It's just that for me, I really put in I say enough, sufficient effort to like through my practicing stage. So I make sure I really back test 100 trades for each strategy I want to master, right? So I would say what helped me progress fast and far is every strategy I really did 100 test trades. So I gathered my own data to see what's my win rate and what is my average profit percentage for each trade, and then that gives me the confidence, right, to start trading, right? So for me, I think for the 4 or 5 strategies I play around, right, I did total by now the other day I got like a 760 plus just recorded practice trade. So that means each trade I just practice and record and review, right? Then now resulting in today I can actually trade like comfortably with all the strategy I'm familiar with. Okay, just now Tau candle close, right? Did it close below? I didn't. Yeah, so you see like this candle is like not technically a bearish engulfing. Then if we enter here below, then it's like not 100% confirmed, right? This is a kind of setup I don't like. If this candle just now, this candle's like body close here, then I feel much more comfortable. Then like this, I'll probably hold on. I will have to wait for this candle to close to decide whether I want to look short or not. Okay, so generally this is how I trade lah. Start small trade and got very little profit. Yes, but it's parts and parcels of trading, right? Like initially, if you don't know your win rate, is it gonna be high? Is your profit gonna be really profitable, right? Then trade small, yes, it means little profit, but also means little potential losses, isn't it? Right? So I would say the process is a must, right? We all go through, as I said to many students, right? If you've been back testing and then you'll be profiting, your win rate is high, I don't think anyone will actually stay with small profit for that long. It's just natural. I've seen hundreds of students. It's just natural. You will automatically scale up your way, right? But if you, the only reason, I mean, there are chance you can, one probably can still stay with trading small, even if the win rate is going high, if the person is very, 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 very disciplined. But chances are the person stay low, small amount of trading is because the win rate, it just doesn't improve over time, right? Let's be honest. Okay, can I review AAVE 1 hour? Okay, let's see what AAVE. One hour time frame. Look like it's breaking down from the 50 EMA, but thing is there is a 200 EMA strong resistance and there's still 2% profit can trade. You mean short? Oh, are we looking at the same chart? Breaking down from 250 EMA on 1 hour? It didn't. It wasn't above 50 EMA for the longest time already. Oh, 4 hour, okay. This one, I wouldn't call it a breakdown from 50 EMA. It basically entered the retracement zone. Line wise, if we see, yeah, it's more like a breakdown from trend line to me. Okay, so yeah, so basically it was in the retracement zone and then go back up, but got rejected by 21 EMA, if you were to say, right? And then technically it broke the trend line with the previous candle also, right? So if you were to short now, you were saying that there's only 2% profit from, okay, let's say we enter from here. Are we looking at same set? This is 50 EMA. You're talking about touching 50 EMA got 1%. Because before you even need to worry about 200 EMA, the 50 EMA already there as a resistance already, as a support. Four hour. Okay, try not to mix around the time frame. Just decide on which time frame you're looking for, right? Then if you look at 1 hour, then obviously this is not really a breakdown of 50 EMA because, as I said, it has been under your all 3 EMAs for the longest time. In fact, it's actually showing it's showing a possibility of entering a downtrend. But as you yourself said, right, 200 EMA is a very strong support, right? If you want to short, why not wait for it to, and you see, if you draw, there's actually a support line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then if you want to short, why not wait for it to break down here, right? Then your next resistance is here only. Sorry, your next support is about here, right? So then at least, you know, its distance doesn't seem too pathetic, right? From here to here, it's like less than 1%, like not worth the risk, man. Right? Because 200 MA, if it really served its purpose as a strong support, it might bounce back up a bit, right? then where you put your stop loss matters, right? To survive if it bounce back up before it come down further, right? So I would rather wait for it to break down first. And even if it broke down, actually, I don't like the risk to reward ratio here. Okay, unless when it break down, I find another high here, which above 200 MA and give me a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. If not, if I put, like based on current previous high here, if I put it here, the risk to reward ratio is at 0.55. Don't like it. Okay. All right. Welcome. Any questions coming? If not, tomorrow, not sure if any of you sign up. We have a live in-person session at MBS. Right, so rest early and be there early. We start at 9. And I need to be there at 8, I think. Yeah. So if no more question, we can call it a night and sleep early. But I give you all until 10:10, okay? Only for first time. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. But anyway, we don't hold this often at MBS. So once in a while only. Welcome, welcome. Really no more question. Tonight is, how many of you are here? Last round, it was like, wow, the question was flooding. Interesting. Okay, so I wait until 10:10. If no more question, I will get Jessie to end the session. All right, with you guys? Good night, my phone. Thanks, Turkey. Good night, everybody. Why the coin are mostly dumping? Is it dumping? I mean, Friday night usually like even if on normal days, Friday is usually the slightly bearish day, because people are taking profit today. I think on Friday, right? And just now, why the price suddenly move? Because market just opened at 9:30, right? As much for new traders, as much we say like crypto is a 24 hours market, but when the major like market is open, it still get affected. Right, that's also where you see most of the volume coming in, right? So for example, 9:30 US stock market open and suddenly price movement a lot, right? It's all like after trading for a while, it will all become like a norm to you, which is also why just now I suggest you not to rush to open trades, unless you're gonna stay awake until like 4 a.m. Otherwise, it's very hard to monitor. Ethereum is retested up now after hit the trend line. Yeah, basically it was like a short profit taking earlier after the stock market open, and now it's recovering. But as I said, it's like not here, not there. Just wait for it to react to a more, major support resistance, right? If it can cross above here, right? If it come down and rebounds, then it can long also, right? But if it simply later Monday if it just goes above, then you also can treat it like a bullish direction, a bullish trend, right? So, but just not tonight. Like literally, like if you don't want to sleep too late, and 1 or 2 hours, right, to go. Among all the strategies, which one do I use that is most often? Actually, for me, as I mentioned, right, like I'm really a very simple trader. Support resistance, be it a support force on the breakout line or the support force on with the trend line, or sometimes even against the trend line, support resistance. Right. If I turn on all the indicators, of course I can name the strategy differently, right? If let's say the support is a breakout support, then it's a breakout trade. If the support is on the trend line, then it's a trade or the long trade with the trend, right? But ultimately, it's just basic support resistance stuff. tomorrow session, where can you find link sign up? Or tomorrow session, a bit last minute, I'm not sure. Can you check with any of the ops like Shuraj or Malik? Because I'm not sure whether got seats left or not. Yeah, you can ask in the any of the Telegram group, or you can just PM any of the ops. I think there's limited number of seats. It's not all depends on the SNR support resistance. It's just that for me, after a while, I like to trade. I like to keep my trades simple, and it has been working for me, and I feel comfortable trading that way. If another day I realize, okay, I need to change, I need to only focus on breakout because market behave that way, then I will just change accordingly, right? And I mentioned many times, right? I also last time used to, flip on like 6, 7, 8 indicators, right? But after a while, you realize like, be it like your EMAs, your 200 MAs, your trend line, your support, your other indicators, your FIBO, your whatever retracement zone, right? Actually, you are always, for me like this, I'm always looking for the confluence area, which is like the key area for the price to react. Then sometimes after you turn on like 5, 10 indicators, and then you draw, and you decide on where you want to enter a trade, right? And then you slowly turn off the indicators, right? Then you realize actually all of them actually confluence at that one area. So after a while, it become less troublesome and less work to me to check every indicator one by one. Okay. But while practicing, of course, try to draw as many as possible, check as many indicators as possible, just to make sure you are 100% sure when you enter the trade, right? We cannot guarantee 100% win, but we make sure the probability of winning is as high as possible for us. Okay, time is 10:14, so I think no more questions already. All right, Skylar, please check with the ops. I think they are not sleeping yet. Still got time. Okay, please check with them. Yes, less messy on the chart, yeah. Welcome, Maru. Okay. Right, so let's. Okay. All right, Jessie, can we? Right, welcome. Okay, good night, everyone.
Come on in. Grab seats down here. Come on, grab seats down here. So again, there's going to be a lot of opportunities today for you to take action. And the market only pays you for taking action. The market doesn't care what your background is. The market is the great equalizer. Doesn't care anything. As long as you take action, the more action you take, the more rewards you get. Just like in life.
How are you? How's your night been gone? I said, I'm not that type of guy, you know.
I will be sharing your strategies, I'll be sharing your ideas, I'll be sharing your trade tips and everything. But if you don't have the proper qualities inbuilt in you, if you don't have the discipline to do what it takes every single day, then forget it, you will never achieve success. What is primary is this. What you have here will relate to what you actually achieve in life, not just in short term but in the long term.
This is an award for like 1,000 USD in a single trade. Yeah, so this is an award that I got today. I achieved this award within about 15 days into my trading.
The one for you. How could you make me feel so good?
This is the first person in our community to officially get this award, and this award is going to Bernard Kaur. $100,000, brother. Come. But Bernard, how can people get this award?
Be thick-skinned. I always say the same thing. You don't know, you ask. Number two, be disciplined. Discipline meaning that you need to set a schedule. On a weekly basis, this is a time I'm going to spend on learning about crypto. Not about when you wake up, you feel tired, I'm not going to open up my laptop. Third thing is having the right mindset. Meaning that being positive, learn whatever you can, mix with the right people, and grow at your own pace. And I always say that trading, the objective of trading is actually to make money.
I like it that you share a lot of tips that is not really discussed in other areas, like for example trades from like maybe the Solana, and the potential that those non-directive kind of trades that we can potential to actually be the next Solana that can burst up like few thousand%. That's something that I like.
You know that you are not alone, so you come here, you can feel the energy. So when you go back, you will not lose the steam.
It just actually basically opened my exposure. I feel really great. The energy and the ambience here is really different.
I just won the 1,000 USDT in one trade. And what I love about live events is to talk to fellow traders, talk about their trades, talk about life.
Alright, okay, so I also won the 1,000 USDT in a trade award. So basically what I like about the live events is to really catch up with friends within the community and make new friends from these live events.
So I won the 1,000 USDT per trade award. And the live events, just 4 words, yeah? Very inspiring and very energizing.
So I won the $1,000 USDT trade, the single trade award. The live event adds a lot of realism. I mean, a lot of it, people might think it's all fake, but here you're meeting real people and you have a network where people can share their strategies and share their ideas with you. And the best of all, you have access to the coaches live. You can go and talk to them, talk to real people and coaches, and just learn more.
Hi, I won the 1,000 USDT in a trade award. What I like about coming to the live event is meeting other traders and just sharing and getting to know people and picking up tips.
What I like about the live events is that I love the community. I've made really good friends that we can trade and share notes with, and we learn along together in this journey.
I just won a 1,000 USDT in a single trade. One thing I like in attending a live event is you'll get meet with your fellow trader, CRP community as well, and you will learn a lot of things from the coaches and also from your fellow CRP family members.
We've got some amazing people, speakers who have actually brought along, many of them are multi-millionaires, right, who trade with millions of dollars. And the whole idea behind the retreat is very, very simple. I really want y'all to learn, I want y'all to earn, I want y'all to really understand the mindsets of what it takes to be able to trade bigger sums of money.
The weekend so far in Phuket?
Oh, it's crazy. It's one of the best and amazing Phuket trip.
Cool. And how many trades have you done in a row that made money?
Oh, I already done 10 trades in a row, already make about $500-600.
$500-600
on the sniper trade.
On the sniper trade, how long does a sniper trade last?
Only 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Is it risky? Yes or no?
No risk.
So what would you tell the people who are on the fence whether or not they should come to the next live retreat? What would you say?
I would say, go for it.
Go for it.
Don't have to think.
Excellent.
Yes.
How has your trading experience been so far?
Oh, it's very good. I did a lot of trades and it's all in profit. Yeah.
All in profit. But how many trades have you done just in the last couple of days?
Maybe 10 trades.
10 trades in a row.
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
And how much is that monetary wise?
10% of the portfolio at least. Not a lot, maybe about 1,000 plus.
1,000 plus.
Because I put like very small position.
Very small. And what would you say to them who are on the fence whether or not they should come to the next event in Vietnam? What would you say to them?
Y'all should come and try. It's really a lot. You gain a lot of knowledge and then you learn a lot of things from the rest of the experts, rest of the team, and there's coaches around. And anything we are not sure, we can help ask them, and they'll be around to guide us along the way. So it's a retreat that y'all shouldn't miss. Yeah.
What I can take from here is the focus, the mindset. The mindset to really have that focus to not focus on losing, but to win. In every steps in your life, focus to win, not to lose. Don't wait. Join in. It's the best thing that can ever happen in your life. So this might be the one and only chance for you. So join.